for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
Forget the rumors for a second. The biggest story in pinstripes right now isn't on the field, it's inside the front office. A decision has been made that will send a shockwave through the entire franchise. To understand what's really happening and how it impacts our future, you need to be here. Subscribe now so you don't get left behind. Welcome back to the channel. We have a mountain of stuff to talk about today. The trade deadline is just a few days away, and my God, the news just keeps pouring in. It's a constant stream. To be completely honest with you guys, it's a little overwhelming, but man, we have to break this all down today. So do me a favor. If you want to stay up to date with the Yankees, absolutely anything Yankees, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and comment below with what you guys have to say because, folks, the trade deadline is right there. And the Yankees, who knows what they're going to do? They're 5.5 games back of the Toronto Blue Jays in the division. However, they are first in the wild card, so we've got that going for us. Man, I love this time of year. It's my favorite. But I feel like this season especially, the hot stove is super hot when it comes to the New York Yankees. Now, according to Jeff Passan, the New York Yankees have the farm system to go out and get whoever they want. Before the season started, the Yankees prospect system was ranked 27th in the entire league. And now to hear Passan say this is like, wait, what? How? Well, I'm going to tell you how. When your top 10 prospects, especially 8 of your top 10, are playing exceptionally well, your farm system stock is going to get a massive boost. Obviously, Spencer Jones is having a fantastic season. Cam Schlittler is having a good year. Carlos Lagrange, apologies if the pronunciation isn't perfect, but he's having a wonderful season. Bryce Cunningham, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, Rafael Flores, Roderick Arias. Then you've got Ben Hess in there. You've got George Lombard Jr. in there too. Two huge talents. The farm system, the Yankees prospect stock has gone way up. It has shot up, and there are a lot of teams that are in love with the pitching prospects we have in our system. So it doesn't shock me one bit that the general feeling right now is that the Yanks could maybe get whoever they want. I don't think a Paul Skeens is going to be made available. I really don't. I'm sure the Yankees called the Pirates and asked about Paul Skeens, and the Pirates said, no way, we're not doing that. But at the end of the day, anyone they want could mean a guy like Joe Ryan, right? Could it mean a guy like Joe Ryan? Could the Yankees go and acquire him? Now, Joe Ryan is having a very good season for the Minnesota Twins. Ryan has a 10-5 record with a 2.82 ERA across 21 appearances, 20 of them starts. He's pitched 121 and a third innings with 137 strikeouts. He's a free agent, I believe, after the 2027 season. So you've still got him for a few more years. At 6'2", 205 pounds, Joe Ryan is having a phenomenal season. It's been reported that Minnesota probably doesn't want to move on from him. But if the Yankees come knocking on their door and say, hey, we want Joe Ryan and John Duran, please, can we make this happen? We've got the prospect capital to do it. The Twins, I mean, they'd have to at least entertain that. And according to Passan, we have the farm to get who we want. And if they want Joe Ryan alongside a John Duran, I think that's a direction we could potentially see the Yankees go. But then we saw Passan also mention McKenzie Gore, Dylan Cease, Cade Smith, Griffin Jacks, Edward Cabrera, David Bednar, Ryan Helsley, Shane Bieber, Reed Detmers, Charlie Morton, and Adrian Hauser, all as possible fits for the Yankees. The thing is this, when it comes to Dylan Cease, and I see a lot of Yankees fans really wanting him, I've looked at Cease's numbers, and I feel like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe some of you feel that way. But this year, Dylan Cease, I mean, in a contract year, he is not having a good year. He's pitching to a 4.59 ERA in 21 starts, with 113 and 2/3 innings pitched, 144 strikeouts, and a 1.3 whip. Not a very good season for Cease. And then when I look at his game logs just to see what he's done recently, I mean, again, it has not been good for him. 2 earned runs in his last start, over 5 innings. The start before that, 5 1/3. So his last 2 starts have been pretty good. 5 1/3 scoreless. But then it was just on July 9th that he gave up 6 runs, right? July 9th, 6 runs. July 2nd, 4 runs. The start before, 3. The start before that, 6. And then there were 3-4 straight starts where he gave up 3 earned runs in a row. So it's like, you know, And there's also a start in there where he gave up 9. Dylan Cease, a guy with loaded potential, nasty stuff. But I don't know if I want the Yankees to trade for him, to be completely honest with you. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but he's not having the best season. He's not. And he'd be a cool option, but I think the Padres are going to want the world for him. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, but I think the Padres might want a massive haul for him. So if that's the case, go and see what Minnesota wants for Joe Ryan and for Duran. Go see and just forget Cease at that point. But this is wild, man. McKenzie Gore is also another name the Yankees are reportedly very high on. Now, McKenzie Gore, he was part of the original Juan Soto trade back in 2022 when the Padres traded a king's ransom to the Nationals for Juan Soto. McKenzie Gore, James Wood, C.J. Abrams, Robert Hassel all went to the Nationals for Juan Soto. McKenzie Gore this season has a 4-10 record, pitching to a 3.52 ERA in 21 starts, with 117 and 2/3 innings pitched and 144 strikeouts. He's a lefty. He's a free agent, I believe, after the 2027 season. McKenzie Gore is having a decent year. You throw him into the Yankee rotation, he's easily your number 3 starter, I think, in my opinion at least, for whatever that's worth to you. But, you know, the Yankees are just linked to so many people, and it's so overwhelming because it's like, man, are they going to do something big? Rival executives, according to a report, and take this for what it's worth, take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But according to a report, New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman is very inclined and motivated to make a big move. So what does that mean? What's the big move? What would the big move be? This is driving me nuts, man. I'm already bald. As you can see, I'm already bald. It just drives me crazy. It's like, what is the big move? We're also hearing the Yankees linked to Willie Castro. So maybe Willie Castro comes over with Joe Ryan. And my goodness, Willie Castro is hitting .254 with 10 home runs, 27 RBIs, and a .765 OPS. He's a switch hitter, over a 110 OPS plus. He becomes a free agent at the end of the season. Willie Castro is basically a better version of our Oswaldo Cabrera. Basically plays anywhere in the infield, anywhere in the outfield. Castro is a very good player. The Yanks have shown interest in him in the past. But when it comes to Castro, it's like, all right, you acquired Ahmed Rosario who could play anywhere. Not great, but he could play anywhere. You've kicked the tires on Ryan McMahon for third base. You want another utility guy. They're just trying to add as much depth as possible, I guess. And Castro isn't like you have him for multiple years. You only have him for the rest of this season. So I think maybe they're just trying to, hey, soften the blow of losing Aaron Judge by just creating as much depth as possible. But you can't replace Judge. That's impossible. You're not going to replace him unless you go out and get a superstar. But even then, Aaron Judge is absolutely irreplaceable. But I'm curious, man. I'm curious to see what the Yankees are going to do. What are they willing to do? Because, man, this is a lot. There's a lot going on, a lot of stuff flying around, and we're going to have you covered here. We'll have a trade deadline special on deadline day, a live stream. So please be there for that. We'll be doing a live stream Wednesday night, the day before the deadline. So please be there. We're also live tonight. So if you watch this before 5 p.m. Monday, well, hey, we're live at 5. So be there or be square. Please, 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 because we're going to talk about all this tonight. And man, it's a lot. It's just when you hear from a guy like Jeff Passan that the Yankees have the capability to get whoever they want. It just really makes you think, right? It makes you think of the endless possibilities. What does that truly mean? Well, we're going to talk more about it tonight, so thank you guys so much for watching. I want to leave you with a quick final analysis. The main takeaway is that the evil empire has the weapons in the farm system and the motivation in the front office to make an impact move. The question isn't if they'll act, but how big that move will be. The Bronx Bombers are ready to strike on the market. Now, the question is for you, the Bleacher Creatures, the real Yanks Nation. Who should be the priority target? Do you risk a premium package for a high-risk talent like Dylan Cease, hoping he finds his Cy Young form again? Or do you prefer the consistency and contract control of a Joe Ryan? Or maybe a more surgical move for McKenzie Gore is the smartest play? Drop your opinions in the comments below. I want to know what every single one of you thinks about the strategy Brian Cashman should take. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any breaking updates and our in-depth analysis. Stay tuned, because things are about to get very interesting in the Bronx. This is your Yankees news channel, signing off for now.